All right, guys. So last night during a debate, President Trump was asked about race, and quite honestly, guys, I'm so sick and tired of this race conversation happening during the debates. I mean, we've talked about that every single debate. And I mean, we're not talking enough about the real things that actually matter, such as the economy. But for whatever reason, the debate commissions feel like the most important issues in America right now is race. So President Trump was asked about race, and specifically about Black Lives Matter. And Reid, after the debate, just flat out lied in response to the president's response with Black Lives Matter. But before we get into that, my name is Greg Foreman, and you're watching A Black Conservative Perspective. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share A Black Conservative Perspective, aka a liberal's worst nightmare. You can also follow me on Twitter at GForemanBCP. Let's get it. All right, guys. So take a look at President Trump's debate moment regarding Black Lives Matter.
We're going to continue on the issue of race. Mr. President, you've described the Black Lives Matter movement as a symbol of hate. You've shared a video of a man chanting white power to millions of your supporters. You've said that black professional athletes exercising their First Amendment rights should be fired. What do you say to Americans who say that kind of language from a president is contributing to a climate of hate and racial strife?
Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon. I said, that's a horrible thing. And they were marching down the street. And that was my first glimpse of Black Lives Matter. I thought it was a terrible thing. As far as my relationships with all people, I think I have great relationships with all people.
All right, now take a look at Reid's response to President Trump after the debate.
Pigs in a blanket line. There was an offshoot, separate group of people. Nobody knows who they are. I know a whole lot of people in Black Lives Matter, a whole lot of people who started it and who were leaders in it. Not a single person knows who those people were that started that chant. They were never connected to the march. There is absolutely zero evidence that Black Lives Matter has ever pushed for anything violent to happen to police. Black Lives Matter is about one thing. Stop killing black people just because you pulled them over for a parking violation or a moving violation. Just stop killing black people. They have never advocated violence against police. For him to traffic that again tonight was not only desperate, it was not only desperate, it was also stupid, because he also wants black men to vote for him. I hate to break it to you, Donald Trump, but black men in a extreme majority, okay, would also like to not be killed by police, and would also like to have police reform and to have police not be able to kill a Breonna Taylor and walk away and get away with it. So this lie about Black Lives Matter has to end. It has to stop. And Donald Trump pushing it tonight from that debate.
Guys, for the life of me, I don't understand how these people in media can just flat out lie on television. I mean, it's not like we don't have video evidence and proof that she's lying. Really, Joy? Really? Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon. That's not inciting violence against police? Or what do we want? Dead cops. When do we want them? Now. Right? So wishing for dead cops is not inciting violence against the police? Before I go into Joy Reid's argument, I want people to understand something that's very important about Black Lives Matter, right? I want people to understand something very important about the perception of Black Lives Matter. People got to understand, Black Lives Matter started under the Obama administration. And a lot of people try to paint Black Lives Matter as something that has happened under President Trump. No, this police brutality thing happened under President Obama. And he never takes the blame for why the movement started under him. Why did race relations get so bad under Barack Obama if he's such a unifier? It doesn't make sense. But President Trump is essentially saying what a lot of people think about Black Lives Matter, but they're just afraid to say, which is the first time a lot of people were exposed to Black Lives Matter is through that kind of rhetoric. That's what they were saying, right? And when you hear that, and when normal people hear that, they're going to associate Black Lives Matter with a negative group that is trying to kill police officers, that is anti-police. That's what they're going to do. And you can't blame people for that. Now, Joy Reid tries to respond to that in a way where she tries to say, well, these aren't really Black Lives Matter. And Joy, how can you deny that when on video you have people holding up a Black Lives Matter flag, going through the streets talking about pigs in a blanket, farm like bacon? I mean, how else are you supposed to describe that, Joy? Are there multiple Black Lives Matter groups now? Right? Like, I don't understand. They're trying to paint Black Lives Matter as this imaginary thing where the organization doesn't count. Anybody that claims to be Black Lives Matter that says anything violent is not Black Lives Matter. They don't count. The only thing that counts is this mythical hashtag that for whatever reason can't be criticized or can't be touched, that exists somewhere in this social media world that we can't really define what it is. But guys, don't worry, it's not associated with an organization, which is Marxism, and it's not associated with the people that are claiming to be Black Lives Matter that are being violent and protesting in the street. Right? And then you have these same people that are Black Lives Matter organizers that are saying they're Black Lives Matter, telling people that it's okay to loot and riot in the streets in the name of reparations.
Chicago, rioters damaging buildings and looters smashing store windows. Some protesters also fighting with police. Cops say they arrested more than 100 people. And instead of condemning the violence, some members of the Black Lives Matter backed some of the accused looters. Watch this.
I don't care if somebody decides to loot a Gucci or a Macy's or a Nike, because that makes sure that that person eats. That makes sure that that person has clothes. That's reparations. That is reparations. Anything they want to take it, because these businesses have insurance. They're going to get their money back. My people aren't getting anything.
I mean, how do you explain that? These people are Black Lives Matter activists that are inciting this rhetoric. That's who they are. You know, and to me, as a journalist, you're getting paid what? Joy Reid probably getting paid. I don't know if she's getting paid millions. If she's getting paid millions, she's overpaid. I mean, you're supposed to be a journalist, Joy. You're supposed to be somebody that is concerned about facts and truth. But to sit here and say that Black Lives Matter has never had a violent rhetoric against police is just a blatant lie. Not only is it a blatant lie, it's irresponsible. It's irresponsible. You're misleading the people that you're supposed to be educating. And that's a problem. President Trump, all he said was what a lot of people already think about Black Lives Matter. A lot of people don't give Black Lives Matter a chance because the rhetoric that they have is violent. We see the violence in the street. We look at the website and it's nothing but Marxism/communism. They don't want fathers in the homes. They're anti-black male. And then you guys wonder why black males don't want to get on board with Black Lives Matter and this far left movement. You know, and I just find it funny how people like Joy Reid want President Trump to denounce white supremacy so much, even though President Trump has no connection to white supremacy. He has no connection to the KKK. He has no connection to any of these groups they want to throw out there. But he has to denounce white supremacy, even though he has no connection with it. Joy said she marched in the Black Lives Matter group. So Joy is a part of Black Lives Matter. She says she knows people in Black Lives Matter. Why is it that you don't denounce people that are using Black Lives Matter's name to incite violence and protest? Why don't you denounce these protests and this violence in the streets? But see, she won't do that. She won't do that. Like, Joy, like, can you identify what is Black Lives Matter and what's not? But see, you know why she won't do that either? She won't do that either because if she identifies that the group, anything that belongs to the official group is Black Lives Matter, you know what will happen? She has to now answer questions for why that group is benefiting off the lives of dead black men while at the same time pushing the destruction of the nuclear family and feminism and ideologies that hurt black men. This is the deal. A lot of black women gonna get upset about what I'm saying. But the liberal black woman loves Black Lives Matter so much because she sees that as her opportunity to move up ahead of the black man. That's all it is. She's trying to be the preacher, the provider, the protector. She's trying to take over. They're trying to take down the patriarchy. That's what they're trying to do. That's ultimately what they're trying to do. And then they want to be surprised that, oh, black men are not getting behind this. Oh, black men are starting to vote more for Trump. Yes, black men are going to start supporting Trump because we don't want to get behind this. Because it's nothing but liberal black women trying to take the place of a man. They're trying to be men and they're not men. And that's what's happening. And that's why people like Joy Reid are so adamant about lying on TV, trying to defend this movement, when there is video evidence out there to the contrary. And she's so adamant about it because she knows she's a part of the agenda to push feminist ideologies on the black community, on society, to try to enrich herself. Every diversity officer in an organization, guys, is a black woman. So black women are invested in this whole diversity thing because they benefit the most. They benefit the most. They are using dead black men to push the destruction of the patriarchy. They're using dead black men to basically get rid of the black man. That's what they're doing. All these liberal black men out here, these simps that agree with Black Lives Matter, are falling for it. Hook, line, and sinker. They are signing up for their own destruction. And that's what they're doing. I'm just keeping it 100. People might say, oh, that's controversial. I don't care. That's what's happening. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.